And so furthermore, we need to create this account Memento class, right? Say that we need a new Java class named Memento. Very good. Okay, and clearly what it needs to save, so we're going to say what data attributes it needs to preserve, and we can say that this private double amount needs to be preserved over there, or balance. We can also call it balance because it's the way it's called in the checking account. All right, so of course we need to be able to construct it very similarly with basically the public constructor over here. We'll have to take the state, which is this double balance to begin with, right? And just put this in, and so that makes sense. So these are the constructors. And then in terms of the operations, we would like to, again, we would like to rely on the possibility to basically, if we go over here, get state and set state, so we can provide these two just as simply as getter and setter, to add something else to this class, right? So we have we can insert basically the both getter and setter to the picture for the double balance. So that's not hard, right? So these two methods we also going to add over here in terms of the operations. Okay, so this object now can be created, populated with a certain balance, which and then we can essentially say set balance and get balance for the sake of ability to recapture and preserve the state, right? So inside the checking account, so now we put this on the side. Inside the checking account, we say that we said previously that only the originator, right? So this is our originator item that needs to preserve its state. We are going to say that it's the one that basically says return, right? Return new account Memento, right? A new account Memento, and it passes on the balance. As I said before, in a real scenario, the mementos will be capturing more data attributes, not just a single balance. Very likely there will be other data attributes contributing to the state of an object. But at this point, just one piece of data just to get something basic going. And restore memento simply says what? Simply says that our balance, we want to restore the balance that we have, and we're gonna get this from the memento get balance, right? Just basically extract it from directly from the memento. Okay, and so the checking account is not responsible for storing the memento. It will be the caretaker later on that we add later on. and we're going to go through the main app to see what what type of caretaker we need. In fact, the withdrawal basically is going to look like this, right? So we're just going to say checking account, right? We will create the account as new checking account, and we're going to give it the initial balance, right, which would be $100 over here. So then we can say account. Well, I guess we can add the withdrawal method here, right? Public withdraw, right? And we can say withdraw this double amount. Very good, right? So then if this is a void for now, right, what it does, it basically says if balance, if this balance is greater than, or rather, greater than the amount, so there's sufficient funds. Again, I'm just trying to the most simplistic, version of this type of thing. If there's enough available balance, going to say balance minus equals the amount, right? So we update the balance and essentially confirm that everything's okay. Otherwise, what we want to do is basically notify the user that user about insufficient funds, right? So we're going to say that, notify about insufficient funds, and that's something that we're going to finish, right? So we can preserve the memento, right? We can essentially, basically preserve the memento by calling create memento, right? So we're going to have the caretaker. So basically, how about this? We just, at this point, we can just change this to a Boolean, right? To Boolean, and we say that if things go okay, we're going to return true, right? Just return true. Again, this is, I don't want to, typically you could throw an exception and include information about this situation and an exception class and everything. But at this point, I'm just going to rely on true or false. Return false, right? So this did not go well as planned. And so, so now we're going to have the main method. Let me just push this down to this side over here. Withdraw funds, right? So we want to withdraw some money. And we want to withdraw like $50 or something. Right? And we can say if withdraw succeeds, then there's one thing, else we're going to do another thing. Okay. All right, so very likely what we want to do is we want to create this account caretaker, right? Caretaker. Account caretaker. All right. And we can use this caretaker where we can say, if we look at the, it doesn't say much about the caretaker functionality, but we can say that it has two things. It can store the memento, right? So we can say store, store, and we can store the object returned by create memento in the account. So we can say account create memento right here. Okay. Basically store, and then we can say that if it just happens to be that the caretaker, if this withdrawal succeeds, right? What we can tell the so essentially we just say everything is fine, right? And then otherwise we basically tell the caretaker undo, right? Undo, and we want to undo, basically have the undo mechanism just like this, undo. All right, so that essentially demonstrates what's supposed to happen. So now we can create the caretaker class, go to our project and create the caretaker class, just to add that to the system. New class, name the account caretaker, right? And it will have so let me move our main method over here so we see what it's doing. Okay, so the caretaker has the default constructor, and it needs to be aware of the mementos.